10:01 a.m. on June 1st, 2021. I am responding to a request for testimonial evidence. I will say since at least the autumn of 2019, I've been gathering evidence concerning reviews of current or contemporaneous appropriations bills, including those concerning military appropriations, and what later revealed to be a manipulation of legislative process in order to create not only ex post facto scenarios, but also to allow for mischaracterization of what is put into a bill when it comes to an evaluation of its placement in the appropriations process. I am concerned, or rather alleged, that this goes back for a substantial amount of time and may have been identified in 2008 during the election campaign season, and those who were involved with that may have been subjected to reprisal as a result of what it uncovered, and that it did indeed reveal that not only were there plans and already appropriations for what was knowingly engaged as a criminal act, but that through a process of the transition in the office of the president, that things that had already knowingly been appropriated were manipulated and were allowed to be defrauded in the course of reprogramming that was not substantiated, justified, or in any way constitutional. In the process of that, it laid the foundation for perpetuating that process for the last 10 to 12 years. And so by 2019, the autumn of 2019, it was apparent that there was misrepresentation of what was actually going on in the appropriations process versus not only what was presented in the media, but what was selected out of the appropriations and then presented in single or standalone bills, including alleged emergency appropriations bills that were going on concurrent to alleged impeachment proceedings. There is currently alleged to be a bill from 2001 on the Senate Select Intelligence Committee website. If it is, in fact, something that has been compiled ex post facto and is being presented at this time, as if it is an official record in order to attempt to backdate any sort of outstanding appropriations, or what I allege is actually an attempt to try to entice or extort people into agreeing to cooperate with knowingly illegal activities, as opposed to actually exercising their rights to due process as they are entitled to do, then we have a situation that I believe is justifiable in substantiating the allegations concerning what the evidence revealed, at least as recently as the autumn of 2019, but also going back to considerations of charges that were attempted to be filed with or rather a challenge presented to the Supreme Court of the United States concerning information available in the 2017 appropriations bill and the appropriations process, which were also meted out throughout 2018, and I contend as recently as the last 3 days, have been demonstrated to be ongoing at this time. With that said, then I understand that whatever this is, if it is an accurate electronic version of the bill from 2001, it's absolutely evidentiary of what could be considered a template for operationalization. However, there is evidence elsewhere that has been acquired beforehand, including evidence that was available in a paper format and not a digital format, which could be more subjected or could be more susceptible to some sort of alteration, including in connection with other deals, including financial deals that are ongoing at this time. However, if it is, then it could potentially be considered in accordance with other information about misabuse of alleged intelligence processes in order to cover up for crime, including organized crime committed by members of public office. If it is backdated, then I contend that what it is an attempt at extortion or bribe, as if to offer it as if it were for sale, as some form of business plan that would be congressionally authorized and would also then bear the authority of who was president at the time. I mean, that's very important. If that is from December 2001, that's the date is, then that would implicate the president at the time. But I contend what it reveals is a process that was actually engaged prior to that president, and that it is an attempt to carry over obligations, or rather renew options connected to other timelines that are ongoing at this time. At the same time, we are also we're approaching a year after a period of time where we should already have addressed the fact that there were even more, there were longer time frames that I believe also reveal evidence of a specific aspect of this scheme that cannot be allowed to be mischaracterized as intelligence and covered up. It already has been for 20 years. At least 20 years. Need I remind you, the reference point is a request, an official request from a member of the Senate regarding uranium enrichment activities through the Department of Energy that was done through the Office of Comptroller of Currency. That's not intelligence. That's national security. The people have a right to know, and we have a right to hold them accountable if, in fact, it is, as I suspect, evidence of an intentional effort going all the way back to the 1970s to sabotage the American nuclear paradigm in order to attempt to create and promulgate an extortion scheme to keep people quiet about other crimes. Other crimes that have specific culprits and have specific nexus of operationalization and have been connected to significant crimes both nationally and internationally over the intervening 40 years. This is not a time to try to re-up a criminal conspiracy and call it some new form of technological, sexified intelligence. This is an attempt at extortion or bribe. It needs to be shut down today.